YouTube. I'm back, mamatweezy. And look, today I have Miss Tina. We here talking about, allowing your man to vent. You know what I'm saying? Men right now, Tina, if you agree, disagree, let the people know what you're feeling about allowing their person to, we hungry too, man. It's late and we trying to get this pizza in, you know what I'm saying? But to allowing your man to vent, right? I really don't believe today in this time and age that men have that outlet like they should. Back in the day, men was taught to, they couldn't cry, keep it quiet, you're a man, suck it up, take it. And I got Uncle Drew over here popping Coke cans, in our live. But anyway, so what do you think? Like, do you allow, or have you allowed a person in your life, like as a male, to vent and to get it off his chest?
Yes, I think that is very important because we women kind of lean more towards us as far as, us expressing our feelings and, how we feel about things and whatever, but we don't give the men the opportunity to actually do that. And I think that kind of derives a lot from childhood. We as women were able to, we were allowed to cry. We were allowed to express ourselves in a lot of ways, and for the men and young boys at that time were told, if they cry or anything like that, it was kind of a feminine trait type thing.
Exactly.
But actually allowing them that opportunity as adults to express themselves, because they're human beings just like us, and I think they should have that opportunity as well to express themselves and not have to keep everything in, because a lot of times you keep everything in, eventually you're going to explode and kind of express it in other ways in other areas. So I think it's very important for men also to express themselves and express their emotions, because they are human beings as well, and they go through just as much as we go through as women.
Most definitely. So if we had to think of 3 things that we should allow our mates or significant others to vent on, what would you say? I would say personally myself, how to respond far as allowing them to get it all out with no interruptions, because sometimes they just need an ear to hear what they're going through, what the day have delivered them, and it might have not been as pleasant, right? So being able, I would say, number 1, to be that person to allow them to get it all out, to be able to vent that thing with no interruption, right? Because sometimes they just need a listener, and it doesn't have to be the male part. It could be, hey, I'm coming home to you, you my wife, my significant other. I just want to vent, babe. Can I vent to you? And to be able to just listen and comprehend what they're saying to you. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. We don't know a lot of times what they go through and what their experiences are throughout their day, throughout their life, whatever, but not being so quick to over talk them about your day and what your situation is and how you feel about certain things. And that kind of stops them, from expressing their self. It's like, okay, well, now she's focused on her and what she's focused on, and then she's expressing her feelings, and now it's like that kind of took away the whole opportunity for him to express himself. So I definitely think that just listen and allow that person to express themselves about their day, about different traumas that they may have never been able to express to any woman that they've been with, and you being that person to allow them to express themselves and being that listening ear. I think that's very important. I don't think that they get that enough.
I totally agree. And to be supportive, I would say number 2 is support, support your man, support his dreams, and sometimes when they have a picture, this vision in their heads, it might not be something that you can see clearly, but it's good to be able to support that dream, especially if they present something, they're a hard worker, is in them, but to be able to motivate them to their dreams instead of arguing or disagreeing because you can't see it right then, right at that moment. So what would you say to allowing them and to be able to support them?
No, I totally agree. I think, support is at the forefront. Listen to what their desires are as far as what it is that they want to do, and just be supportive in that, and not dictating or trying to make it out of what you desire for it to be or how you think it should be done, and allow them to do that and just be supportive in it. I think that's just really the key thing, is that support and that listening ear, and executing with them and making it happen.
Yeah, especially if you're able to give your input, your ideas to add to whatever they bring to the table,
Right.
instead of shutting them down before they can even get it out fully.
Exactly.
Because you never know where your blessing may lie in your mate if you're just trusting. Number one, y'all know I'm always going to say keeping God number one in everything you do, right? And then acknowledging and praying together and going through the plan with him to see it manifest. They always supporting us. They always pushing us.
Exactly.
But to be able to be that sounding board for them and not always nagging, but to see them accomplish what they're setting out to accomplish, right?
I totally agree.
Yeah. Number 3, what would you say number 3 would be?
I mean, healthy. I just think that it's a healthy thing for us to listen to them and allow them to express themselves. It's just a healthy overall thing for you to practice that behavior, to be able to listen to your significant other and allow them to express themselves. So the third thing is just, to me, it's a healthy thing for you to allow that person to express themselves, and and basically, talk about their day or whatever it is, and just be that listening ear ultimately.
Because listening is good, but again, being able to listen, to hear what they're saying, not being able to listen to cut them off and not allowing them to finish what they're having to say, because we're human first before we're anything else. And just like as women, we have bad days. They have bad days too. As women, we can call each other, we can vent to each other, and it's nothing like having a man that's holding all this stuff in. And then you start to see it filter out in different areas of the life, right?
Exactly.
So being able to be supportive, allowing them to vent, to encourage them, to push them towards their dream, and not snatch it from them, right? I think that's just the best thing. We just wanted to come and just drop in for a moment. We was hungry and we just wanted to, just put it out there. As women, we sometimes sell ourselves short with our significant other by not being able to hear, to listen, to allow them to be able to express themselves. And then we wonder why they do what they do. And sometimes we push them away because we're not allowing them to feel free to be who they are and to be transparent. As a wife, you allow your mate to be able to express themselves. If they can't express themselves at home, where can they express themselves?
Right.
Exactly. So it all starts at home. When you meet that person and you choose to bring them into your circle, you want to bring them in and to give them the best of you and allow them to give you the best of them. And I think a lot of times you get a different result. You agree or disagree?
I agree. But also, we're not against women not expressing themselves as well. I just feel that there's a right time. Don't use his opportunity that he's using to express to you to interrupt that, to express your feelings. There's always a right time for everything, because I know a lot of people are going to be watching this video and like, what about me? And That's the whole point of this video. So ultimately, there's allow that person to vent and express themselves. And then later on, you can go back and you can express your feelings about whatever your day was, because, both parties matter. It's not just about one person, but we also have to consider our mate as well. I totally think that that's a necessity when it comes to a relationship, as far as, you know, not just the man always focusing on the woman expressing her emotions and her needs versus a man doing the same thing as well. Each situation should be addressed at two separate times, is what I think.
I totally agree. So being able to be that sounding post, to have an ear to hear to what is being said, and not just, oh yeah, baby, I hear you. But sometimes it's okay to be quiet and to be able to allow them to just vent. I mean, it's just so much going on in this world today, especially with our men. They're taking their lives like never before, especially in the Black, brown communities. And if he have a safe place at home, allow him to get it out at home without judgment. Allow him to be transparent in his home with his significant other. I mean, I think that's very important. Very, very important. And not push them away or shun their ideas. Allow them to be creative, whether you agree or disagree. You never know. You just never know how you can save a life. You know, they might be on the edge and can't put that out. We're killing ourselves on a major rate nowadays, you know? So we just wanted to stop in and just kind of touch bases on that tonight. And, you know, I hope this was beneficial for someone and that it make a mark in someone's life that cannot be erased. So thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, you have Mama Tweezy here with Miss Tina. Hey, give them some information about your channel where they can go and follow you. Yes, because she's doing her thing.
Yes, you guys can also follow me on I Am Royalty Vibes. Make sure you guys go. I'm going to link this video as well on my channel.
Yes.
So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe on my channel as well. And I will be looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. Bless.